And Deputy Mahia, I think, is getting the jurors.
I just started out with them to get her meetings ago.
Why wouldn't we get her?
Yes.
All right, for jury.
Today right now.
All right, everyone, please be seated. And Detective, you're still under oath. State you may proceed with your direct examination.
Share the screen.
Sign out.
Okay. Detective Juarez, we concluded before the break, we were at 16:20:48, and I'm going to continue playing.
Last time she told me that. We were only to do with merge. When's the last time you went? Just you and Olivia? Like, and so this Tuesday, yesterday, y'all ain't going?
I think that's going to be much. But that's the real thing, you know, to get out of the story. Maybe the one that is supposed to take.
Other than the situation she got from the laptop at one time, and the book, has she ever had anything good? How many of those? No? No? Okay. The reason I asked about the wellness take the last one, like this, I'm wondering if, I mean, you said she's not eating like she should, right? So she's underweight based on you knowing what she looks like regularly. Is there anything else wrong? Is she taking medicine right now? Is she sick? Is she diagnosed with anything wrong? Any other illnesses? Yeah.
And then when she threw up, whatever it was,
But she's never been to pre-K or daycare or anything like that. She's always been with you. What do you think happened? Or why didn't she get to the point where you felt you need the?
No, I didn't want to do it. she was just like normal, just like always, and I. No, she could get that bad, that quickly. She fell in something that she was taking to talk to us.
Where did she fall?
I don't know, I didn't, that's what I was confused. I didn't know she had fallen, she had. I didn't even see, I checked her to see if she had any. She still had the bone on her head from the week before, but. That when she was fine after that, and she was.
How'd she get that from?
She just fell out of the chair when she was trying to climb up, she fell back. Because I guess she didn't have a balance on her.
And it happened to your partner?
And
Did she just get a bump or she get cut or? It was where, I don't know. Okay.
Okay, I stopped the video at 16:24:49. Can you describe, really for the record, where on the video she gestures on her head?
Judge, again, that's irrelevant. What his description or interpretation of where she's gesturing is, I mean, it's for the
All
jury
right,
to
that
decide.
that objection will be sustained.
Thank you.
Did she indicate a location where an injury was sustained on her head?
Again, Judge,
That'll be overruled. You can answer that question.
She indicated her head area, ma'am.
And where on her head did she indicate?
objection, Judge.
That will be overruled.
The, like the front of her head, side of her head.
I'm gonna back it up just a couple.
Okay.
The reason I asked about the wellness check service platform, 18 months, is I'm wondering I mean, you said she's not eating like she should have eaten regular, so she's underweight based on you knowing what she looks like regularly. Is there anything else wrong? Is she taking medicine right now? Is she sick? Does she get diagnosed with anything else? Any other illness? Yeah. Where does she fall?
I don't know, I didn't, that's what I was confused. And I didn't know she had. She started the bone on her head from the week before. When she was fine after.
Okay, at 16:24:26. Where did she indicate the bump was on her head?
Objection, Judge. Again, they just didn't like his last answer about his interpretation of this. And the jury will have this video. They can watch it.
Is there another objection?
I'm sorry.
Is there another objection?
That's the objection, Judge. It's irrelevant and it's invading the province of the jury.
All right, that will be overruled.
The back of her head.
On the left side or the right side?
I mean, I couldn't really tell with her hands. Yeah.
Okay, I'll continue. I'll play.
How'd she get that from?
She just fell out of the chair when she was trying to climb up, she fell back. Because I guess she didn't have a balance on her way.
And it happened to your partner? She could get a bump or she could cut or? And it was where, I don't know. Okay.
Oh, she her teeth. your teeth, I think, a lot because when she was, between when she was in. I broke her back. And I had put and oh no, it's when I was taking her, she was like peeing one time. She was, I was asking her, if something wrong, I had to get her quiet to pee. But she didn't want to tell me. So then all of a sudden she started peeing, so I picked her up. Just like that, but I didn't want to. I just rushed into the bathroom as fast as I could. And I like put her down and I pushed her to get through into the, go into the potty as fast as we could. But as soon as we stepped on the tile, forward and then it was didn't fall out and it was she tripped with the front seat and there and she was bleeding, you know.
Yeah. And she got a lot of,
and then later on that day, I didn't see it for the lady person.
and it's right when she started getting yeah.
One of her toys, and she fell forward and she fell in her mouth right on the toy. And one of the she got knocked loose. And I said, if you not intended to, that's when we call it test. You know, and there was thank you. It was settlement. I called, I had an interview with the just took the next one. And I didn't understand what he said.
Wow.
So fast and he rushed me in now so fast. I didn't get a chance to tell him. And I didn't know that I totally know you make the best. So she really lost her.
So she lost her,
She lost one tooth that time, and that when I fell out, the family was really months later. Then she was made again, and she went into the law. And that the other two, that and that's when I was, not again, because. And I was to see the.
so go ahead and last.
Okay, I'm stopping at 16:29:17. Before the interview, did you have any knowledge that Olivia was missing teeth?
No, ma'am.
And had you ever asked her about the teeth?
No, ma'am.
At this point for efficiency, I'm gonna skip to from 16:29:17 to around 16:30:20. So just 1 minute up.
Okay. So we're gonna go back and talk about what happened last night. And then we're gonna go through the night and then today, because is there something missing? And we need to, and I see the look on your face and I need you to understand a couple of things that I'm not judging you, I don't think, I don't know you, so I'm not looking at you as a bad person or anything like that. But I also need to understand that I've been doing this for a while, and I know certain things, and I know some things are really hard, and it's hard on the heart. It's hard to admit, it's sometimes harder to admit the truth to yourself than it is to somebody else. But I need you to understand that there's no way anybody's gonna look at this and think that Olivia fell down or based on the extent of her injury. Okay, so what I would like you to understand and tell me is, people can understand, parents get frustrated. You've seen them, at the store, the parents get frustrated, the poor little kid wants like some candy or a lollipop and they yell at them. Some people look at that and are like, oh my goodness, I can't believe their mom is yelling at the kid, and probably that's like so embarrassing. Some people look at a kid, the same scenario, and the mom not only yells at the kid, but spanks her in the butt. That's not much. Some parents may look at that and be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. That's like child abuse, that's crazy. Some people, so everybody's got different standards of discipline. Out of place, and there is reasonable discipline. I'm not gonna doubt that, because you have discipline. But I need you to understand that you can tell me all these things, we're sitting here and talk, but you love your daughter. I don't know your daughter, but she's a 4-year-old. She can't speak for herself. She can't protect herself. She can't, she's relying on you, so I need to know what happened, and we can sit here and you can deny things all you want, but it's not enough. I've been doing this too long. You look like, it's already getting young lady. We just caught up in circumstances, like you said yourself, you're still smart. But your mom had plans. She thought you're gonna be something, you were well on your way, because you have it in you to do it. And she had to feel right now. I'm sure I think my daughter didn't want to this, exactly see this, being this young, having kids, having to struggle with herself. So I can understand all that frustration, and you can deny all you want, but there's no way to look at the scenario and not think, and she's got to think about like what could have been and stuff like that. So I need you to understand, you can talk to me all you want, tell me all you want, but we're gonna figure out what happened. It's better if you, if something happened, maybe is there a good reason for it? No, I don't think there's a good reason for it, but it's better if we have a reason. We can hear from you, like what, why certain things happen. Because there's physical evidence that shows, okay, this happened, and it could only happen in certain ways. And you tell me what happened last night, and what happened today before you showed up at the substation. We haven't covered what happened to your daughter. You're the only whether you're around her. So you need to explain kind of what happened. If something, if you got frustrated, if things got out of hand, I need to know those things. But you're shaking your head, but don't shake your head early, because I'm telling you, it's easier to explain when it's the truth and when it's coming from your heart, because whatever happened, I know you're not a bad person. I know you're not. Nobody, there's very few people who do it. But I need you to tell me. So let's go back to last night. What happened? I know we talked about it, but can you explain to me what happened? Because if not, we're gonna go through every single detail, injury, and we're gonna cover it. Like we've been covering, because we've been talking about old, but I'm concerned now with why your daughter was so bad off that you felt the need to take her to the police station because she had difficulty breathing and she was thrown up. So what happened? And how did she get home? It's a simple question. Because here's the thing is, I know how it happened. So I need to know.
I really don't know. This kind of really, or we fight in the country, the head last week. That's the only thing I'm doing that doesn't have to happen yet. This is resident, because that, and you need to the doctor, and
You're talking about what she was talking about.
I'm trying
Okay.
to. Because I really, the doctor before we, when the first time it came, my doctor was, like, she, wasn't that big a deal, and, she didn't have anything with the doctor, so I thought she would be okay.
Here's the thing, is she's got more injuries than just that. Okay, so please explain, and I'm not gonna show you the injuries, because you need to explain what happened. Your daughter has multiple injuries. Okay,
And then I think they keep having to last money.
okay, how did that happen?
I don't know, that's why I don't know. That's why I know what they were, what we had to do. Unless, it's caring, it's easy to hard. It doesn't just go having trouble breathing. Oh my God.
Jessica, what happened? Like, what happened with your daughter? You're a grown woman, you taking care of her for this long. Something happened, and you just need to be honest with yourself. Last night, nothing happened. Okay, when did it happen? I'm telling you, it's last month. You can hug your child and love them and strong, that's not gonna cause that type of thing. And just a simple, not even a strong hug is gonna do that, you know?
I don't know to actually, I wanted to ask somebody about that. Because I can believe that. There's nothing to see other places in the world. I can use that. And I don't know.
I can tell her, she's a warrior, she did not cause these injuries on her own, falling down, tripping, anything like that. These were not those type of things. So, once again, I'm asking you, please, for your daughter's sake, to tell me what happened.
How this happened. I mean, every other injury that she had, every scratch, every scar, I can count, I remember when it happened, I remember when I came down. I can remember better, and, this is a big one, the scar in her head, and when she lost her teeth, every single one of those things, but she's never had anything like this before, and not even close. And I don't even know why it happened, what's happening, and why. It's something that I did, and I didn't do.
Did something you did?
No. You just didn't want to be a dog. I wanted that to, I didn't, when I was sitting in her, she was fine, and she talked to me, yeah, and I told you, she said, it was a hit, and she had to face, it was a face, and she was being silly, and when I wanted to go get my pants, and told her, I'll be back with you.
And when you're saying you were doing defense, like, where was she when you left her?
Like 5 years old.
By the front door to your apartment? And where did you go get your pants? Okay. How long were you gone? And these were pants that you put on to go out in, or like?
Or something, I came back to see what happened to my mom, and she seeing something.
When the door open, or closed?
And then, yeah, that's right there. That's a table and I have to go.
What table?
And table and the stairs. The coffee table broke, so
How did it go?
it had this screw that they get hold of and every now and then, and then trying to, when you move it one time, it was already really, so it just, early on, time to go, I was trying to fix it once and put it back together, but it just didn't. So that, you know, it's really involved furniture. And situated and then. And I went to the and it's when I heard from the street and I thought, I don't know, I think it's a big fun for that maybe something different. She didn't look like she had fallen down. I mean, I heard a noise, but maybe she had take the table, she was just with it. Even the thing that asked her was wrong, she didn't tell me, she just made it run through the face, and that's why I said, okay, we're not in those, so I took her to the room.
When you took her, how did you walk? Did she fall or stumble at all?
This is not her pants, so she wouldn't, but they loose and sometimes she would fall, so it's not her pants, you go.
Did she fall last time you walked her to?
She was fine, and she was fine and money, so when she walks over to her bed, she puts that down, and she always does. And, when I come check on her, she just stay there, but she went to sleep this time, but, and she was,
How long did it take her from the time she sat down to fall asleep? On her bed, from the time she sat down on her bed.
you know, when I come in, she has to do it. So I was in a better mood, and she, those are sleep. She's lying down, and she was asleep, so I thought I was ready to sleep. And then I was just ready to go lie down on my bed, and I fell asleep. And so I woke up in the morning, she was so asleep, so I just let her sleep and then I put my feet on. You know, with the time before we she didn't know them, so you know, between that, and really, when I saw her nose, and the fact that she threw up, and, the fact that she was cloudy, and the fact that she might have, must have been, she might have gotten. So when she gets to the doctor, you go to what was wrong, and then when I got to the bus stop, she said about trouble breathing.
In the past, when you woke up and heard her talking, she was going on her, she didn't get to the bus stop. How come you didn't go to like the neighbors and ask them to call ambulance?
I didn't think it was that bad, I was just gonna go get the for the clinic or something, she was just throwing up and she wasn't.
What was she doing now?
Even stuff we today.
What jar?
That's what I'm talking about. And half of the, most of the videos.
So we thought it was the mom and she's mom. And which arm was holding them? The right arm? And then I just told you. Same day she got her head?
I mean, he must know before, and then we were that, yeah, we moved the store and this time. And we got our caught in the door, because we,
The door where?
the front door,
Oh, the
that was in, it was really low and older. Didn't want to come, she didn't want to bring her, I didn't want her to bring her out, because she always brings. I was gonna have to carry this stuff, so I just told her, man, she didn't want to come, so. I started closing the door and just say, like I usually do, okay, I'm leaving. I will do that before. She, I think she just stuck her arm in the door. Stuck her arm to say, wait. And I remember we closed it and it got, yeah. She didn't, you know. So.
actually wrote when you got her to the something.
For the responding, open her eyes. She was completely limp at the time. I started to, I think she carried it, barely into. I don't know if he was glad someone down to help, and the driver by.
Did you do this?
No, I just, I figured I took it to the police station.
How long did you get from the bus stop to the police station?
Probably about 20 minutes, not.
Okay, it's just running. You understand that when you go to the hospital, when she got out, they're gonna be able to determine how she.
I want to know, I don't know what happened.
Oh, I want to know too. So here's the thing is, you're the only one who does know what happened. So I can tell it's hard. I mean, I can tell it's hard for you. This isn't like an easy thing to. But first of all, the baby first is in the hospital. You know, you're supposed to be protecting her and, you know, she's hurt, you know. But you can, you know, sit there and talk about all these things. But that bump, we need to figure out what that was because, yeah, at the door last night. Let's start there. How did that happen?
I don't know what she did, I don't know what she did, I wasn't there, and that's.
Well, the thing is, though, you're the only one in that apartment. You're there. you were there, like, what happened, like, when you know kind of what happened. Because she's a 4-year-old child, there's certain things, because you're right, kids do fall, they do hurt themselves, they stumble, they play around, they play around a lot, they want to, but there's certain injuries that they can cause themselves that a doctor, a family doctor would be like, oh, okay, we gotta give them that. There are other injuries that there's no way they could cause themselves in that range. So that's what I need you to understand. If something happens, if the baby got hurt, and it's due to something you did, then we need to know, because we can understand your frustration if you lose control for a moment, because you're a single parent, there's a lot of stuff on there. What we're not gonna, what's not okay is people are gonna look at this later, see Jessica sitting here, and it's gonna look like you're lying to the detective, you're not being honest about things, and it's not gonna make you look good. And regardless of you not being a good person, being a good person, it's something about it. Please tell me, I just wanna know, please.
Earlier than today, I think when I was at the door frame, that you're always doing that stuff. And I was, I'm sorry, but.
Oh, yes, you.
Yeah, no,
Jessica,
Okay, I'm stopping at 16:53:01. In the interview with Jessica, did she describe a new head injury to you at that time?
Objection, Judge. The jury has this video in front of them. It's irrelevant what he interprets it to be. It's invading the province of the jury. And I would also add a new objection that a violation of the best evidence rule. The best evidence is the video.
All right, that will be overruled. You can answer the question.
Yes, she mentions injury to Jessica's head the day before.
And how did she injure? How did she say that she injured her head that day?
She says she hit her Jessica's head on a door frame.
Thank you. I'll continue playing.
I appreciate you kind of knowing it, but I don't know kind of relationship you have with your mom or something like that, but this is different. This is it's big deal. I don't know. I understand you're scared for your baby. You're scared for yourself, because you don't know what's going on, but I'm telling you that my only purpose is to get to the truth of what happened to Olivia. And you can help me there, because she came out of your womb, like she endured, whatever happened, good or bad, there's nothing wrong with saying your child first. I know you think she's finally, everybody says she's first. Yeah, I'll get there like that all the time. But if you're a parent, I'm a parent, I know they ain't like that all the time. There's rough times, especially when they're babies, when they get older, just for future reference, when they're teenagers, it's even worse. But, be ready for that. But what I'm saying is, you need to be honest with yourself. I know because you're telling me a lot of things. You're kind of getting right there because you did bump her in the head when you're carrying her. You did, but I'm telling you, the injuries that she had at the hospital are not consistent with just regular function bleeding. So something happened, and you were the only one with them. Right? Am I right? Was anybody else with it? Okay. So you understand what I'm saying is, if you have your child that has these injuries, multiple injuries, you have you, the mom, you're the only one in the apartment. I didn't know what happened. Please, I beg you, just tell me what happened, because I can understand if you tell me why it happened, like what was going through your mind. But what I'm not gonna understand, or not gonna sit here and go back and forth about is you saying, I was out of the room. Definitely explain your baby falling down and scraping her knee. Your baby dropping the lamp and like, hit or something, but it's not explaining. So, you understand, I work for the public, but in this instance, I work for your daughter. So as much as it hurts you, as much as it sucks, as much as it feels like this is a dream or a nightmare or whatever it is, if we're not gonna get past that, I know there's some people to the doctors that those injuries happen. And I've done this long enough to know I've got with 20 years of I know this person. If you can sit there and tell me you can't picture, I'm sure you do try to be a good mom. Sure you are a good mom. But the few moments when you can't, it's just too hard, those are the things I need to do about. Because I know they happen. You can sit here and try to deny it to me all you want, but I've been there. I mean, I know how it is when you're caught and you're freaking and they throw tantrums and you just like, so to me, that's reasonable. Within all of these that have kids understand that they can say, yeah, I know. Please don't sit here and try and tell me that my perfect child, she was good every single time, and she never got on my nerves. Because I'm not gonna believe that, because I know it's not true. It's not true for any parent, no parent is being honest with themselves. It is. So I need you to tell me, remember, if your child that has these injuries, it takes a certain level of force or trauma to do those injuries on a road. You were the only one in that room, in that apartment with them. For whatever reason, good or bad, I need to know how it happened. Please tell me. Because you need to be honest with yourself. You need to do it for her, you need it for yourself. If there's some level of frustration or something that happened, but please, because I know you're trying to convince yourself that you're out of the room, you didn't see things, hurt things, but it doesn't make sense. Like there's no logic. You can deny it all you want, because I'm sure it's hard for you to admit it, but that's kind of where we're at. It's not, this isn't like I'm trying to get you to say, I spanked her because she was bad. No, we're beyond spanking. This is more. But I need to know like what happened, like what she do, or what you think she did, was something else that upset you, what happened?
She didn't do anything. She was really big. She was in a really big mood when we were going to leave. That's why I thought, I understand why she was upset. I mean, she doesn't frustrate me at all. She is really for most part effective because I can't figure out what it is she's trying to say. Or when she needs something that she doesn't tell me. And that's not, none of that happened yesterday or Sunday. I was just tired from going to the library. I had a story just the guy kind of usually found on the screen, because it's a big, big phone. The head is bumping, I think,
after that, like after. Like at that point, did you think that was anything? Yeah. And she really said that. Did she get herself on anything?
I couldn't have been
What could have been? What do you think could have caused that?
I don't know, because she's had bad bumps on her head before. Because she's fallen where she when around. I carried her and bump her head and down. And spin around with her and sometimes I'll hit her head on the corner and things. So it's like,
How do you share? Standard. How do you get her up?
just holding like that, and sitting around.
So like, hugging them? Facing you or just-
Sometimes it's very big out.
How do you get her help?
That people is more than their head, she say how. I remember the last time I told her, I think she was, we finally got to come on the table. No, I have to go to Washington. And then I guess she was kind of looking for it and it's her. Sometimes sound like a thud and then she screamed and I remember the first scene, the different bar that I can't see in the room. I feel it was long, she was sitting on the floor between the chair and the table and she looked okay. She had couldn't have a complaint. About a year. I was really great fun.
We always wanted to level, you said guys now. Just make sure you're on here. What do you, what, what is it? It's a comb or a brush? So it looks like a little hippo? Okay, I just want to make it sound like a brand, a comb, that I'm not familiar with it.
I'm gonna stop it at 17:04:18. Detective Juarez, what's the purpose of you asking how she brushes her hair?
To see like what she. To see how often she's near the head area when you're brushing her hair, to see the hair, to see her head, like often she's checking her head while she's brushing her hair.
I'll continue playing.
That's the only thing you need? You ever put her hair like in braids or ponytail? Or hasn't go to the dress? Oh, so you put that, there's nothing else in that, like, I know sometimes you use a little dress, you know, when you're a little short, like a little baby, maybe live on the street.
Oh, my birthday was this morning. So it's your birthday.
But normally, like, what is it, you know,
Okay, stopping again, 170452. What was the purpose of asking about barrettes? The same?
Just to see if she had any breaths, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay, at this point, I'm going to skip to 170645.
I set it up for all the photos in there and then I didn't think about. What it makes the hose in the drain and then see the hole and then think cycle. And then the water came out. And it's all over the bathroom and then I shut it off right away and then I stopped the hose and see the one.
when is that?
Probably.
When, I guess when, y'all left the apartment or something like that, you were getting a letter on
The water is going.
it? You didn't get it?
I meant to get it this morning.
Oh, you did go get it.
This morning.
Well, where did you go get it?
I took it.
Where?
It's
I don't remember your eyes on this. Okay.
So it's in the letter, I can't just. Yeah.
Now, what time did you go get the money on it? You go by yourself? Hey, there's a, in the living room, there's a metal bracket, what's that for? We've been sitting here talking, how many times have you told me about Olivia getting her headphones, getting, cut, hurting her teeth, something where you have been holding her, or I just got excited. Yeah, where you weren't around. I mean, have you given any thoughts to what there's this baby who has there's only certain amount of force, certain amount of, that you do, to prevent these injuries. And you sitting here and not being able to explain these injuries is not gonna work, because
Okay, I'm stopping at 17:10:48. I'm going to forward to 17:12:50.
um, 34 years old, get your pants and hearing something.
Judge, I'm sorry, I have to object to this. Under the rule of optional completeness, Rule 106, if they play part of the video, then we're entitled to ask that at that time, not later, not during our cross-examination, but at that same time, that they have to play the entire thing, and that's what I'm requesting the court to.
All right,
Order.
that will be overruled. There's, the entire DVD has been admitted into evidence. State, you may resume with your question.
I'm sorry, Judge.
I said that objection is overruled. The entire DVD has been admitted into evidence.
No, I understand that, Judge, but the rule specifically addresses when it's played to the jury.
All right, that'll be overruled.
Okay, hitting play at 17:12:48.
This isn't gonna work because it's okay, I understand that. And it may not have been that time, maybe something else, maybe I'm missing something that we haven't talked about. But in the past week, let's use a week timeframe, those injuries happened to the point where you were so scared that you took her to the police station. So I need you to understand whether you're intentionally lying to me, whether you're intentionally lying to yourself, whether you're just embarrassed, whatever it is, that's not gonna work because it doesn't change the fact that Olivia sustained these injuries. You're the only one that's she's in your care in that apartment. Please tell me how it happened, because you'll feel better, tell me what happened, please. And tell me what happened to the point where you had to take her to the police station, because that's what we're talking
It's from last night, and then what happened now, I don't even know. That's why I don't, that's what scares me.
about. Were you drinking last night?
No,
Did you use drugs?
no.
Do you have any type of short-term memory loss, anything like that? Now, please don't try and bullshit me, please, because I'm being respectful with you, and I expect you to be respectful with me, in the sense that now is not the time for you to come up with things. I'm asking you a straight question, so I'm gonna ask you, because it's not gonna change the fact that your daughter sustained these injuries. And as small as you are, your daughter's smaller, she relies on you to take care of her. So now is not the time to conveniently forget things, okay? So it may not, like I said, whenever those injuries happen, we're gonna be able to determine. And you just need to explain them. This is your opportunity to tell us what happened, because we can understand why it happened. I was frustrated, she was yelling, something, but we're not gonna, you sit here and conveniently denying or forgetting or stepping out of the room, isn't gonna work, because this is like big time stuff. This isn't like a little, this isn't like nothing. It's something, because that's our job. We're here for the baby. That's what we do.
Honestly, I haven't, and again, it's not the whole happened on Tuesday. Last night, I can remember.
No, but that's interesting because you remember any like incidents that happened when she was turning two, so that's why I find that a little hard to believe. But it doesn't matter. The main thing that matters is what happened to your daughter, that she sustained injuries so severe that you had to take her to the police station, because that's what's going to be done. Please stop denying it, stop, being very respectful, but I have to be kind of honest with you that, we're not gonna, I'm not gonna, sit here and let you kind of lie to yourself or deny it to yourself. That's the word. Maybe lying is the wrong word, but it doesn't change the fact that your daughter's in the hospital with these injuries, And, you know, she's entrusted to your care, and what happened, I mean, because conveniently being out of the room, conveniently not, so that's not gonna work, it's not gonna, the people that see this are not gonna believe it, it's not, it doesn't match, it's gotta match, you know?
But it doesn't have to see what happened. Like, when she- I don't think I would have taken it.
You know, let me ask you this, do you think your daughter caused whatever injury she had to herself? That's reason, because you're right. Let me ask you this, is there anybody else that you haven't told me about that was in the apartment, has been in that apartment, that maybe caused those injuries to your daughter? No, you're right, you're right answer. You know why? Because you're the only one that's there. But when we come back to this point, if your daughter really has multiple injuries, it can only be explained by you. And you can decide what the fact that your daughter is in the hospital with all these injuries, and you're the only one that was there. And she did not cause the result, like you said, if nobody else did, probably caused the injury. Please tell me what happened.
That's all I need.
Well, finally, you already mentioned a bump to the back of her head.
I saw her fall. I saw her fall here. And saw her hit her head. And, you know, I went to check her and she said, you know, her. Her head, so. Yeah, I wanted to make sure she was okay. She wasn't. You know.
And when did you swing her around and she hit her head in the back? When was that?
No, when I was carrying her, that's when I bumped her head. Swinging the bathroom, I haven't done that in a long time because of that.
Okay. So in the past week, how many times have you hit her head?
I think this is time, I don't know if this week or last week, I had it. I put it on my shoulders to keep it potty, and then got the doorway. Oh, she almost fell out of holding the leg.
Okay, stopping 17, 19, 25. Detective Juarez did, in the clip we just saw, was Jessica describing a different head injury?
Yes, ma'am.
And where did she say that this one occurred?
In the bathroom, when she was taking her to potty,
Okay,
her head.
okay,
Yes.
head. What did she say her head was struck with?
The door frame.
And this is separate from when she said the. she was
Objection,
injured with
Judge,
torturing
asking
before.
for an interpretation, and also it's a violation of the best evidence rule.
All right, that'll be sustained.
Judge, can we
As
approach
to
for,
interpretation,
for a second?
yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do you all need a break? Okay, so, all right. So whenever you all need a break, if you'll just signal us, this is the break sign. Either I will see it, the deputy will see it, or either the states or defense attorneys will see it. And sometimes Brenda will see it because she has eyes in the back of her head. So just do this and we'll let you do a break. So we're gonna give you a break and we'll be back at 3 o'clock. All right, before you go, remember my rule. Do not discuss among yourself what you've heard. Do not listen to anyone. Do not look at anything. Do not do any research. Do not deliberate. Everything you need will be heard from inside the courtroom. Does everyone understand? All right, everyone, please rise for the jurors. All right, everyone, please be seated. Rule has been invoked.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't speak to anyone except for attorneys for the state and defense. And we'll be back at 3 o'clock. Thank you,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Folling.
No big excuse.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, please be seated. State.
Okay, we left off at 17, 19, 25. I'm going to move it to around 17, 22.
Three more there, you know,
There we go. What?
find zero is.
Okay, hold on.
That's not gonna explain everything, so. What's the- Does she remind you of that? Whatever it is? What reminds you of it? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, they didn't talk about that, so he's not here a lot, right? So, he's not helping on the TV. Okay. So does she remind you of him? Does she look like him? To you? No, I'm just asking, I'm not, I mean, if she does it, I mean, I haven't seen it, but I don't know.
It's her personality that concerns me, you know, that I want her to make sure she's healthy and happy. And she doesn't have any issues or problems. Things like that shouldn't be for me. I don't know. I mean, that's fine. She's got some great qualities. Her own. I want to be involved in that thing.
What's his name? Because he's not in your life anymore. But you know, you're kind of stuck to him for the rest of your life because of him. You realize that, right? No, that's fine, you can have as many as you want, but he had one with you. So, I mean, you're stuck. Yeah, so, I mean, okay. Right. But I'm just saying, I'm not like trying to upset you, I'm just saying you're stuck in him because he is the father of. But he's not in your life. When's the last time he saw her? Oh, he's never seen, okay, all right. So, does he even care?
He's more of a, thing than here, you know, he don't want to control. And the best people, and that's why I didn't want her anywhere around him, and, you know. If I could, I would have sent her away someplace safe, you know, he's safe with some other people, far away, and him has no kin. He said he was after her.
But he hasn't been in her life.
No.
Would you rather that she wasn't born? Would you rather that when she was born and you were able to give her away for adoption? That would give life a better life? And don't worry, remember, like, I mean, I'm not gonna think any worse of you.
I know the law is in the state and they'll give custody to the father, somebody, but raise this.
Okay, I'm gonna stop 17, 26, 28. Detective Juarez. Why did you ask her? If she would rather that Olivia wasn't born?
Um, 'cause I'm trying to get to her thinking, what's going through her mind, and since she's not giving me too much, I'm trying to go through the scenarios in my mind, like maybe she thinks her life would be better if she had given the child away. That's why I was going with that line of questioning. I'm just trying to, probe, see, if maybe there's something she's not talking about that I haven't asked about.
Okay. And did she express what her feelings were about potentially adopting out Olivia?
Yes, she said she wished she had put up Olivia for adoption.
And what was the reason that she didn't?
She thought Olivia's father would go after her and get custody of her. So that's why she kept her.
Objection to that interpretation, Judge.
State.
Your Honor, I believe he was just stating what the defendant said in the interview.
All right, the objection is untimely. You may proceed.
Judge, I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Oh, objection is untimely. He's already answered.
No, but
the
I couldn't,
question.
I couldn't make the objection until he said that. I don't know how, I couldn't have anticipated that he was going to interpret that way.
Okay. If it's an interpretation, detective, then the objection will be sustained. If you're repeating what the accused said on the video, then that will be overruled and you can answer. So is it your interpretation of what she said, or what is it what was in the video?
I thought I was repeating what she said, ma'am.
All right, then the objection will be overruled.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna play the video again.
So you're the only source of frustration in your life.
Not even around, it's different for.
Just the memory of them, the thought of them.
I mean, we spent 80 years, trying to break him down and I finally got free and I was she all the time, it was just pointless,
Do you ever abuse me?
and all the time he said, he let me in one side.
You ever abuse me? No. If Olivia could tell me what happened, what do you think she'd tell me? You should tell me the truth. Why won't you tell me the truth?
I don't really know. I don't know if it's something I did. I don't know if it's something that happened before. I know it wasn't nice. I don't know yesterday. Yesterday was perfect day. We have days that are bad where I'm just.
So when was the last time you had that?
I used to be working her all the time. So it's my
What happened? You ignore her? But in the hospital right now, she's being looked at, she's being taken care of. But like you saw her, she's hurting. You know, and I know you're hurting too, but like I told you, it's there, it may not have meant what happened, but it happened. You really know it happened. It's not something I'm just saying. It's really about, the doctor's those things, you may deny yourself all you want.
Okay, I'm stopping at 17:31:38, and at this time, I'm gonna move up to 17:42:25.
Again, Judge, under the rule of law for completeness and the rules 106 and 107, I asked the court as far as the entire video be played.
All right, that'll be overruled. And for the record, the exhibit in its entirety is admitted into evidence.
Thank you.
You have no clue what happened. None, no. Good saying. Can't provide for the other, she's underweight, you said you're underweight. That's one thing, but when I talking about malnourishment or hunger, because I'm sure that's what your experience, that's what you, I'm talking about, the injuries. So, in that sense, you think you're,
down the stairs and it always hits her when I'm carrying her. And she always gets me that, and I do too, but.
So you realize we got to the point where this is how long this has been going on, probably our whole life. But we got to the point where you reached the point where it got out of hand because here we are. To the point where you didn't even deny it anymore. You didn't can justify yourself, you know, that just, you know, tomorrow or later. You got to the point, you got so scared that you carried your injured, critically injured 4-year-old daughter to the police station. So,
Okay, I'm stopping at 17:44:33. And I'm going to move up. To 17:52 around.
you know, you're the only one there. You're saying is, well, I didn't.
Judge, again, I object to skipping around. I think the jury should be allowed to hear the entire.
But that doesn't change
I get it.
the fact that-
If you could stop, please.
You understand that, right?
The objection is overruled. The exhibit is admitted into evidence in its entirety.
And I'd also ask Judge under Rule 106, 107, that the entire exhibit be played for the jury so that they can see what she actually said, not the cherry picking the statements.
All right, that'll be overruled. The exhibit has been admitted in its entirety into evidence.
I'm gonna start playing at 17:49:42.
So you denying it. So the person who's saying is, well, I didn't do it. I don't know what it is. That only leaves your daughter, and I refuse to believe it. She didn't.
I'm gonna, from 17:50:13, I'm gonna move it up to 17:53.
Same objection, Judge.
All right, that'll be overruled.
let's go back. We're talking about her health. Let's talk about, when she was born, was she normal weight when she was born? 7 pounds? Oh, exactly. Okay. And she was born healthy, there were no, like, issues with pregnancy or with, the birth? Did they ever thinking, okay. So the pregnancy, I was talking to that, I mean, it was normal. And so, based on what the doctor told you, she was she born healthy? Was it a natural or cesarean? Okay. But they didn't tell you what it was, why they took her. So, she's born healthy. Starting, I mean, I know we've gone back and forth about injuries and problems, but can we cover, like, what you remember, like growing up, any injuries, any bumps, anything else? I know we've gone before, we haven't really started like. So let's look at that for a little bit. I mean, you remember? Okay. Like, find it. Hello.
Okay, I'm stopping at 18:00 and 38 seconds. I'm going to fast forward to 18:03:25 or around that.
Same objection, Judge, and same request under rules 106 and 107.
All right, that objection will be overruled for the record. The entire exhibit has been admitted into evidence.
And are my requests that it be played under rule 106, 107, that it be played at this time before the jury. Are those requests denied, Judge?
That will be overruled.
And then she rolled over to get up. But, you know, someone did not to pull it up. She didn't have to use the thing. And then that's it's giving me someone very swelling up and going away fast. I thought it was exploding. I didn't know what.
So she is on the bottom of that frame.
On this,
Yeah, yeah. said four. Okay. So there's one, she just didn't react like she was. Like one of them were looked worse than, based on her reaction. Did you end up taking her to the hospital or something like that, or just did she felt better? The same one, the South Texas? But she didn't see the doctor on that. So this is about 9, 10 months old, type of man. What else? What is she getting old? Yeah. So, you said, the teeth, when, all teeth, when after that, instead of always having to go to work. So this before you slip on the team or after? clean now.
Same spot.
I just said you don't know what.
Two pictures that I sent.
Okay, a little smaller. Okay. Right. What's the name like next injury? You know, very that she probably talked about it over the past, hour, so she's had several, what are her injuries? As she gets older, now we can kind of keep track of everything.
I know it comes from that. When you look at the, they feel that you choose at the first spot. I don't think they're like this one. This thing was that I always call it in my mouth. But that's something, I always see other moms that take this on and I think it's put them in that, like, say that. And it's, because then it's gonna have this help for a long time. And she could, and she was in everything that was stories and every night they go to the ground, get them down, they don't fall down. And literally one day and try again and turn around and you between the place and the feet of the big.
And behind them was the law behind it.
And the really narrow and I thought
Okay. And she was about the style of it. How old was she when the first time? Is there another file? Because he was one of the, I'm sorry, there was another scratch. Oh, okay, so they all happen from that same, the scratches happen from that, but only one of them started. Yeah, like scratch, and not like big scars. Okay. So, what's the next, injury? You said that earlier, there's like, you did say on her? Did y'all sit on the chair?
And then in the street, I got it away. And then, and then another time.
How long ago was that one? You said there was another time? And she was on the chair, the chair. And what, how old was that? There when you say she's, you get on, it's on a chair, like a chair like this or a couch? Okay, okay, so it's not like, no, it's a table or a chair where you're sitting on like that. It's, okay, okay. So that you sat on her hand a couple of times. The whole arm. Oh, where that? Which arm? Thanks for clarifying, because I guess the way I'm picturing it is this recliner chair, you're trying, her arm like laid across like that and you sat on her arm, like, is that, am I picturing right, or? I don't want, you know what I'm saying, like, I want to make sure I'm understanding, like, how her arm was there and you sat on. Okay. Okay. So when you sat on it though, like, did she say anything? Did she? Okay. Yeah, did you know around the difference between arm? You said that was about a month ago?
Okay, I'm stopping at 18/16/54. I'm going to go forward to about 18/19, 18/20.
So you're trying to get on it?
Objection, Judge.
All right, that will be overruled. And for the record, the entire DVD is into evidence.
And the same request that the jury be permitted to hear all of the video and not just the parts that the state's cherry picking.
Your Honor, I object to the
That'll be
sidebar.
overruled. And the court will note that the entirety of the exhibit is into evidence.
On the floor, is it carpeted or is it? So you saw her fall back and her cough. And she fell from where, the seat of the fire, the arm? Okay. Okay. And she fell back, she started firing and all that. Okay. You grew up on the big town, what? But she didn't, and this is the fact, right? Since then, has she been acting, you know, stranger, complaining, fever, anything like that?
Again, my mom said, "I'm tired." And I was tired, and my mom said, "I'm tired."
I just seem like, you seem like you. I just want to think like, she was like, really, like, she wasn't. She was sleeping a lot, she.
And we went to the the mail and they sometimes send I was done it.
This was Sunday when, you know, we were away. Oh, yeah. Which
Okay, I'm stopping at 18:22:49. What did the defendant say about Olivia's eye?
She said that her right eye began to swell.
And what incident was she referring, or I'm sorry. According to what she told you, what incident is she referring to?
She was referring to when Olivia fell and hit the back of her head.
And which day is she saying that that happened?
It would have been Friday.
Now, how far are we into this interview at this point?
Probably about 2 hours and 51 minutes.
Had she ever mentioned the eye before this?
No, ma'am.
Had she ever mentioned Olivia being tired Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before this?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll continue playing.
My mom had on Saturday that I was alive and I looked at him and
did you take her to doctor for that moment? You remember it? Yeah. No, I'm saying, you said the doctor said that sometimes when you didn't know that. What doctor said that for? Oh, okay. No, that's fine. I didn't know if you take it to the doctor. So you say her right eye seems swollen, like really swollen, like red inside, or like eyelid, or. Is she complain about it at all, or? Okay. You put eyes on them, right? Oh, no, yeah. Okay. So, is going back, so Friday. Here's something that, do you remember anything else happened that day? And then the injury? Or? How about Saturday?
Stopping at 18:24:31. At this point in the interview, when you asked her if there were any other injuries but for the bump and her swollen eye, what was her response?
She said that was it.
Had she indicated another injury earlier in the interview to you?
She had the bump on her nose.
Did she indicate what day she injured her arm,
Uh,
if you recall?
I want to say it was on Friday, but I honestly can't.
I'll continue playing.
What I do. You don't ever go out? She was out early again on Sunday? So when she was out early, she was there, and looked at some tires, you know? But do you remember any, like, we were talking about, it, do you remember anything, or anything like that on, that? Good job, dude. This was on, morning. Mhm.
Okay, I'm stopping it at 18:26:27, and at this point, I'm going to move ahead approximately 4 minutes.
Object to the cherry picking, judge, and ask under rule 106 and rule 107 that the jury be allowed to watch the entire video.
That'll be overruled, and for the record, the entirety of the DVD has been admitted into evidence.
On Sunday, I was watching, I will talk to so I say that's the watch. Okay, so.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Oh, really, in your day? Okay. Okay. Okay, so, so Sunday all day, you all go to the only place you went is the library. So your mom always get out and morning drop off now? And did anybody else come on?
I'm gonna stop at, it's 18:32:02. At this time, I'm gonna fast forward approximately 2 minutes.
Object to the cherry picking, judge,
All right, that'll be overruled. Rule for the record, the entirety of the DVD is into evidence.
and request that the jury be allowed, as the rule specifies, as rules 106 and 107 specify, that they be allowed at this time to hear the entirety of the video. It's leaving a false impression with the jury.
All right, the court has overruled the defense's objection. The court will note for the
Sorry.
record that the entirety of the DVD has been admitted into evidence without objection.
I'm sorry, the second part, Judge, was not a objection, it was a request under 106.
All right. Thank you.
Overruling that too.
Yes.
All right, and to use the time efficiently, I'm going to move forward to approximately 2 minutes.
I don't know, are you really what you're saying? Okay. Sorry for the fact that you both y'all had your band and not bring that, or with that, this yesterday. No, it's fine. Okay. Mhm. This yesterday. Oh, wow, okay. So, this is your goal, Okay.
184309. I'm gonna forward it. Approximately 2 more minutes.
I'm sorry, I object to the cherry picking and I requested the court permit the jury to hear the entire video under Rule 106.
All right, the
Your Honor, we-
objection will be overruled and for the record, the video, which is State's Exhibit 4, has been admitted into evidence.
You say you pushed it already? Oh, we talked about the kid involved, I just thought she probably found it. Okay. The last time. Okay. So she goes through the.
Stopping at 1846:38. After she put Olivia in timeout in her room, what does she say at this point in the interview that she does?
Objection, judge called for his interpretation. The jury has this document or has this video in front of them. They just watched it. They can make their own interpretation.
All right. If you're interpreting what is being said, that objection will be sustained. If you're stating what the witness has said, that's in the DVD, which is in evidence, that will be overruled.
Yes, she's just talking about cleaning up and picking up around.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
She's talking about cleaning up at the apartment.
What did she say about furniture?
You'd have to, I'm sorry, you have to rewind.
I'm gonna go back a few seconds.
You say you pushed it already? Oh, we talked about the kid involved, I just thought she probably found it. Okay. The last time. Okay. So she goes through the.
Arranging furniture,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
she was arranging the furniture in the room.
Judge, I'm sorry, the witness up there is guessing at what the video says. The jury is entitled to interpret what they think it says. He's not entitled to tell them what he thinks.
All right, with regards to State's Exhibit number 4, the video. If you are interpreting what is being said, that will be sustained. if you are repeating what the accused has said in the video, that will be overruled. So if you're stating exactly what she's saying in State's Exhibit 4, then you can state that. But if you're interpreting what she's saying or interpreting what she means by what she says, that will be sustained.
And ma'am, the only reason I'm saying, I said it like this, because to me, it sounded like arranging furniture.
All right, so here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
If you do not understand what she is saying on the video
Yes, ma'am.
and you cannot hear what she has said, it's not what you think it sounds like,
Yes, ma'am.
you're not allowed to say it. You
Okay.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll continue playing.
So Judge, then is the objection sustained?
The objection is sustained.
Third last time. So, I think we talked about this good last night. Did she wake up at all? She probably can do it, but did she wake up at all? Did she possibly, anything that she did? So, this morning, let's talk about what we want. Still the same as when you started the night before? Okay. Yeah. And that's about long. That was about long. Okay. So you get back to the apartment and whatever. Okay. Okay. The bridge, like the bridge we're having, or what? Okay. About every day. And over that, all of them. So when you found her and she told you that, what do you do? How do you do? Do you change your clothes or you just kind of wipe it off? So that's what we're trying to really say here about it, the other place. For either open or just. And they are probably the evidence is there. That's about it. So, in the, and
Okay, stopping at 18:55:34. I'm going to, in order to save some time for this very lengthy interview, skip it over about 2.5 minutes, try to get to the important parts.
Objection, Judge, to cherry picking and would ask the court under Rule 106, 107 to require that the video be played in its entirety for the jury.
All right, the objection will be overruled. The court will note for the record that state's exhibit number 4 was admitted into evidence without objection in its entirety.
And Judge, I know you are probably getting tired of hearing me make.
No,
objection.
No, Mr. Foley, I am not. I understand.
Okay.
All right, that's what I'm here for.
And the jury may be getting tired of it. I'm just wondering if we can do a running objection on this issue, Judge, and if it will be overruled.
Well, I don't know until I hear the question. As you know, there have been some instances where the objection has been sustained.
Right, but it's not the question, Judge, it's just this skipping around part, there's.
All right, the court will hear objections and make rulings.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
So we talked about this the whole time, but I just wanted to. Starting, the say from today. And we kind of covered it. Yesterday, the only person who was really was you. Sunday morning, it should be. Sunday morning, your mom came by to drop off your mom. Okay. But she was there, so the rest of the day was before. Okay. Yes. Okay. No, I'm not saying that you're relevant as well to the meeting. No, it doesn't mean all out. Okay. And over the past couple of weeks, other than you, being with her and taking care of her, who else has been with her, been around her? Your mom, I'm assuming. So other than your mother, nobody is going to the department or around over there about money. Yeah, no, but, yeah, I understand what you're saying when you see people, you outside about people, but, yeah, like, nobody like watches. Other than you. Nobody will. Other than money, right? Did that happen in the medical?
Stopping 18:58:12. Had Jessica Briones ever mentioned throwing out a carpet?
I'm sorry, repeat.
Had Jessica Briones ever mentioned throwing out a carpet?
No, man.
And how long has this interview been going on at this point?
Almost 3.5 hours, man.
All right, can I have parties approach?
Okay. At this time, I'm going to move forward approximately 3 minutes.
Objection, Judge, to the cherry picking. I would ask under rules 106 and 107, that the jury be allowed to hear the entirety of the video.
All right, that objection will be overruled. For the record, states exhibit number 4 has been admitted into evidence without objection.
So that's kind of the worst thing she, you never have those problems, she might have the break. How about, you don't work, really, really hard, like, you don't, you're always with the big one. Yeah, no, I mean, I understand, like, when we talk about, you know, you going through a lot of, you know, a lot of, I understand that.
I need to go back. Oops.
Yeah. Has she ever had any problems for you, but I know we talked about the last time, has she ever had any broken bones that you know of? Like when you took to the doctor and they're like, oh, it's got something. So that's kind of the worst thing, you know, have those problems, she might have, so, break or something. How about, you don't work, really hard about that.
Stopped at 19:03:23. I'm gonna skip ahead. Approximately 18 minutes. Because a lot of what's being covered has already been covered.
Same objection.
All right, that will be overruled and for the record, states exhibit number 4 is been admitted into evidence without objection.
And she needs like a little, like, here's where she has a seat to go on for it. Okay. I don't know, I don't have to have a little, like, want to do it somehow, or. I want to step up on, okay. I'm just gonna check real quick and then we'll get going. You know, you know, like something to eat, like snacks stuff, I think it's not like the healthiest food in the world, but I mean, it's, you know, like cookies or like a sugar, honey bun, something like that. Do you like something like that? Just, you know, something to eat. Okay, it's fine, I'm grab something, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you all wish to continue now? Or would you like to be excused for today and come back tomorrow? I'm anticipating this witness is going to take more than 30 more minutes. So are you all okay to stay? All right, okay, thank you.
Okay, stopping at 19:14:44. I'm gonna go ahead and move to approximately 22 minutes.
Judge, object to the cherry picking. I would ask that the court under Rule 106, 107 allow the jury to watch the entire videotape.
All right, that'll be overruled, and for the record, State's Exhibit number 4 has been admitted without objection. You may answer the question if it's what you heard, but you're not allowed to speculate.
Hey, what? There was no question. I was just objecting to them skipping ahead.
He was a lot of anxiety order, disorder. And sitting on the chair. And when I came back into the back, that's when he stepped on my head. He took off the underneath, he was holding in my hand.
But I mean, I'm just checking, you know, when you said great bus. Have you been involved in crashing?
Going back in the bus sometimes, I was going really crazy. And he was driving fast, he knew it was late, he was not scheduled, and then every time he stopped, I had to hold her head, so and there was this lady sitting in front of us, and we're like, I'm looking for it, it's not me. They wanted me to, get up and, I was sitting with me, furnace, they wanted me to get up and go move over to the other seat, so next to the right, nothing more than I went up to, they said you have to go, I mean, put it on the. And then stopped and going around and up and he did it on the phone.
On the phone and. How do you do that? Bill, she heard. I mean, she's standing on the phone, she heard, so like, where's the, like behind, is it a reminder behind? You know, Bill, she heard. I mean,
Stop 1921-44. At this point, I'm gonna move up to about 1938.
Judge, I object to the cherry picking. I ask that the court allow the jury under rules 106 and 107 to, at this time, hear the entire video rather than the parts that the state wants them to hear.
All right, that'll be overruled, and for the record, states exhibit number 4 has been admitted into evidence without objection.
Or is that okay? Okay. I guess probably that, so that I'm trying to like not give you adjusters, because that's like all we have is the top and then just really quick, when you and your mom used to live together? So why was she on the reason for not paying it? She was.
It wasn't her.
And when did that happen? So you were funding? Oh, okay, okay. So you live with your mom or live by yourself? She lives somewhere else. Okay. Is your mother at all in your life? Like, has he gone upstairs and got one? That's another one. July? Okay.
He does. I was working last month. He did that.
So even your mom still with the same? Did she ever take you with you anywhere, like, grandma, like, take her somewhere, give you, let me ask you this, I don't think about that. Does anything go around to give you a break? Like, hey, you have a date night, or, or just sleep on, you have to worry about anything. I mean, does anybody do that for you?
My mom comes on and watch her still, worry about it. Some of my friends, my mom just wants me to figure it out. You put a story and I really sure stuff at home. I just felt, it didn't feel right. I never feel like, I ghosted and that. I mean, maybe I've been a little bit, more scary and not that.
If you really go out like on dates, like with friends. That's your fault. Oh,
Even when you go out, go there, out, and go to the
I stopped it at 19:45:23. I'm gonna go forward approximately 4 minutes.
Judge, I object to the cherry picking. I've asked that the court order under Rule 106 and 107 that the jury be allowed at this time to hear the entire video.
That will be overruled for the record. State's exhibit number 4 has been admitted into evidence without objection.
As I no, it's just more like,
how would you describe your relationship with that? Since the living room one, what's the point?
it's not like now.
Talk about the living room, there, shut out, or they're shut down, time out, and just walking out, walking away from the situation. Have you ever heard him with anything?
Not walking yet. I remember I played her. Just because she feeds me, she knew that I really do, and I it's hard. She started crying and shaking, and everyone, I didn't have any control of that, I don't know why I was doing that. I couldn't do that.
Where did you handle it? Probably your hand. Probably your hand. I don't know, are you talking about this, like, for conversation? And when I actually just a little bit ago, you said that she probably read, but I guess, no, I guess I'm looking at like, when you five things, then I think it's four things like red book, there's maybe like in garden, and like that, so.
Stop.
Yeah,
19:50:30. I'd like to move ahead a couple minutes to save some time for the jury.
And Judge, again, I object to the cherry picking and ask the court under Rule 106 and 107 to allow the jury to hear the entire video rather than the parts of the statements to play.
All right, that will be overruled. For the record, state's exhibit number 4 has been admitted into evidence without objection.
or so, or something. That's the reason why, or
It's a little bit longer.
okay. And when you potty trained her, because I know there's so many different methods. Was there anything in the potty training where, like reward punishment system or something like that, when she did, she did remember to like, how did you do that? Okay. And when, let's say she had an accident, how would you handle that?
I don't know even, usually I can think about it, I always think about it, like getting, cleaning up whatever it is, and then I go and clean it all. And then, I take it, everything, clean up, and so. So I think there's one, make sure you tell me. Sometimes, there was one time, a couple of, that was a while ago, where there was times, one time I was even. And I went to the class, and I think I went to the class, it was the first one. And I was. I was. They're walking out, and then they're open, they have to come in the cabin. All of a sudden, they're just big pee all over the floor, and I said, I just asked you, I said, why didn't you tell me? And you told me we didn't have to go. And he said, sorry.
So, is there no, like, I mean, how do you let her know that, oh, she was, no, that's not what you're supposed to, you're supposed to.
I just thought it was too smart to understand this plan, and know that. I don't want to, I don't know, you know, that's a natural function. You don't punish somebody for doing that. I didn't say when she healed the diaper that one time, and I thanked her. I just think so.
And how old is she? Oh, yeah. So, she didn't have like a toilet or food accident last night or food accident last night? How about overnight? Did she make it like,
Okay, I'm gonna stop the video. It's 19:54:44. I'm gonna forward it approximately 2 minutes.
Judge, again, I have to object to this entire procedure. What they're doing is he makes his speeches on the video about what he thinks happened. And then he'll ask a question like, oh, she didn't have an accident last night or something, implying that that's what happened, that that's what caused Ms. Briones to fly into a rage and kill this child. And then they don't even let the jury hear the answer to that question. It's leaving a false impression with the jury, Judge.
Your Honor, one, I object to speaking at introduction, and two, he has the opportunity to cross-examine. This item is in evidence. If he wants to play those parts, he can do that on cross-examination.
All right.
Judge, we're entitled under the rule to have the jury hear it at this time. The rule specifically says at this time.
Counsel, that's not the rule says. So here's the thing, everyone. Make your objections. The court will make a ruling on those objections. Now, defense, you made your objection. The court's ruling is it's overruled. State's exhibit number 4 has been admitted into evidence. And can I have parties approach? Did you meet with us?
I broke her water bottle and I was like, I don't know how to do that yet. That's great, because I think she's gotten big injuries that I'm looking for, and worse that I thought they were getting more. And then it ended up being nothing this time.
how do you judge when something's bad enough for her to get bigger than not? And what was your standard?
Because she had a grievance to go away, or she's in pain. so
Yeah,
maybe
I overshot just a tad bit.
I think it can be better just over the time. Or when she her head, if it's bleeding, I don't.
Is that what was my thought? on site.
No, and that being nothing, because time,
How do you judge when something is bad enough for her to be considered or not?
I wasn't really ready. I just said, okay, maybe something, I'm not gonna go.
Let me ask you this, Larry's in the hospital, man. Who's to blame for that?
I'm the one that has to take care of her, I'm the one that took her wherever, or did whatever it is that, maybe something I did or something. I mean, I don't know how it could have gotten that. That's great, because I have a few times of injuries before, and worse, I thought it was more. And that we have to do this.
How do you judge?
Detective Juarez, I am going to stop at this point. Let me ask you briefly, the timestamp 1958, is that an accurate time in your interview rooms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, let's see. Oh, sorry. Going back to when this interview first started. Let me. So 1531. That was roughly 3:30 in the afternoon, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall what time the incident with Olivia was first reported?
On my report to about 12:30.
Okay. And so the interview with Olivia that you had was with about 3 hours after she first showed up with the child at the substation.
Approximately, yes, ma'am.
During this time period, was Olivia at the hospital?
Yes, ma'am. To my knowledge, yes, ma'am.
And how many times did Miss Briones stop this interview to ask what the status of Olivia was?
None.
Okay, we'll pass this.
Defense.
Kind of just a second, Judge. Just looking at the screen that's up right now, what is the item, sort of in the middle of the wall there on the back wall?
Right by that cursor, sir?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's an electrical outlet cover. I don't know what it's attached to. It's just a cover plate.
A cover for an electric, okay.
Yes, sir.
And then on the other side on the wall that we can't see is
It's a thermostat, sir. It looks just like a regular
camera.
thermostat.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I do want to ask you, you asked Jessica many times what happened that night, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you were referring to the night before this, well, so the night of the 4th, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
And at that point, You had already made up your mind what happened, correct?
No, sir. I was,
Okay. Do you recall saying to Jessica, you can talk to me all you want, but I know certain things and I know that certain things happened. You recall saying that?
yes, sir.
Okay. And you said, do you recall at one point telling her that this appears to be abuse?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you recall saying to her that you know that she knows how this happened?
Yes, sir.
And again, at 1638, you ask her what happened, correct?
That's correct, sir.
And you also tell her that, referring to these injuries, that these were not accidental injuries, or your specific words, you went through her explanations, and you said these were not those types of injuries. You recall saying that?
Yes, sir.
And you said, again, I want to know what happened. And then again, at 1655, what happened? And then right after that, you say, what didn't happen is, well, I was out of the room and I heard a noise. That's not what happened. Do you
Yes.
recall saying that?
Yes, sir.
And then you tell her to stop lying. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
And that don't sit here and tell me that she was good all the time, she referring to Olivia, that she never got on my nerves, because I know that's not true.
Yes, sir.
And so you did have a view that this was abuse, correct?
I had a view that Olivia's injuries were severe enough that she was in the hospital, and based on what Ms. Briones was telling me,
Based on what?
it didn't seem consistent with, I mean, granted, I didn't know exactly what the injuries, but they were severe enough that they were life-threatening, sir.
Well, but you didn't even know what those injuries were.
That's correct, sir. Serious enough for her to be in life-threatening.
But you didn't know what they were,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
They could have been,
Objection asked and answered.
Oh, that'll be overruled.
they could have been burns for all you knew. Correct?
They could have been, but she never gave that as a cause, sir.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is you are sitting here today telling us that based on what you knew then, that this had to have been abuse, or that you thought this was abuse, maybe not had to have been, but that you thought this was abuse.
There was no other, I mean, she was given the opportunity, ample opportunity to give an explanation, sir.
And she gave explanations, correct?
Oh, yes, sir. Injuries, accidents. Yes, sir.
And because you didn't believe those explanations, you thought, well, that's what a guilty person would say.
No, because in my experience in interviewing not just parents, but anybody that's accused of these things, sometimes it takes time. So that's the reason I, kept asking the same question in different forms.
And also because you didn't believe her, correct? You said you're lying,
Well, I wanted her to be honest with me.
and you didn't believe that she was being honest with you.
Not to
correct?
that point, sir. Did I believe her?
Right.
No, sir.
Okay. So, so you had already made up your mind that this was abuse.
I was still trying to question her about it, sir. You're asking me if I believed her? No, but no, I hadn't made up. I mean, I didn't know all the evidence. All I had was what she could tell me.
But based on what she was telling you, based on literally nothing, you didn't believe her.
Well, it's not nothing. She was the only, she admitted she's the only one who had care and custody of Jessica.
Okay, but again, you don't know how these injuries were caused. You don't know anything about the injuries. All you've done is you've decided that whatever she says is wrong.
No, I've taken what she's told me because she did explain. I mean, she explained how those injuries happened. So that's what I took. Yes, sir.
Okay. But again, you didn't believe that. Right?
I didn't believe all the injuries
Okay.
because that's why I kept trying to bring her back to the most recent time frame, because that to me would be when it would put Jessica in such a condition that she ended up in the hospital.
Olivia.
Olivia, I'm sorry. So, yeah, so a lot of another reason the questions kept going is because when I asked Ms. Briones, she would volunteer other accidents and incidents and injuries. So those incidents, I didn't believe were serious enough to put her in the hospital.
Okay, and that's fair enough. But then when she told you over and over, she told you, I don't know what happened.
That's correct, sir. And that's how we ended.
I'm sorry,
And that's how it ended. She didn't know how it happened.
but you didn't believe that either, did you?
No, sir.
Okay, so again, you had at that point made up your mind that she was lying and that this was abuse, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this, at the top of the screen, it says room 3330.
Yes, sir.
Is that designating specifically one of the interview rooms?
Yes, sir.
And is that room still in existence over there?
Yes, sir.
This is at, on Santa Rosa, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And, is the room, have you been to that room lately?
I probably walked by it or into it within the past couple of weeks.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
I probably have been in, yes, sir. I don't know if I've done an interview in there, but I'm sure. I've been
I'm just
in it.
wondering if anything has changed about that room, about those interview rooms in general, between the time that this interview was taken and today.
I know that some of the phones aren't there anymore. But I can't say specifically about this one. But other than that, no, it hasn't changed, sir.
Okay, mostly it's the same
Yes, sir.
setup.
Yeah. Yeah, if you went today, it probably looked almost exactly the same.
And, and a lot of this stuff, she got more detailed because you would go back and ask the questions again, correct?
Yes, sir.
And ask more specific questions about certain incidents, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like when the prosecutor was asking, well, she never mentioned that before in this whole interview. Sometimes that was because she hadn't been asked about it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and did you tell her, I couldn't hear this part. Did you tell her at one point, don't get emotional on me now?
I can't recall, sir. I honestly don't remember saying that, so I can't say whether I
Okay.
did or didn't. Yes, sir.
Okay, and let's talk about being emotional for a second, because you did say early on that you thought that she did not display much emotion during this interview, correct?
Yeah, she was she calm and focused, and I mean, she responded to the questions when I asked her. Yes, sir. She was pretty calm.
And occasionally she would get kind of
Yes, sir.
overwhelmed with emotion, correct?
Yes, sir.
And this was not her first interview with the police regarding this matter, correct?
In an interview room that I know of.
In
yes,
an interview room, but she was interviewed at the hospital, correct? Before she came to see you.
I'm guessing yes. I honestly don't know, sir. I'm gonna guess somebody spoke to her, police officer, maybe a detective. I don't know, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the hospital?
No, sir.
So they brought her to you
Yes, sir.
at headquarters?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, thank you. Can I have just a second, Judge?
Yes.
Who told you about this whole case? who first introduced you to, like,
My supervisor at the time told us that SVU had a case, and a couple of the SVU detectives told us that they had the case.
who did?
That it was at the time, it was Detective Frank Vasquez and Rachel Mendez. They were SVU detectives at the time. I think they had the initial call, sir.
Okay. And did they tell you about anything that they had spoken to Jessica about at the hospital?
Other than she was the mother and she's the one who brought her to the substation.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And they told you generally that Olivia had been injured, but didn't describe the nature of those injuries, what they were.
No, I don't remember specific. The main thing I remember is that they were critical, life-threatening injuries. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
No, just a second, Judge.
Yes.
This video appears to be over 4 hours long, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's an accurate depiction of how long Jessica was at the headquarters with you,
Yes, sir.
or longer, because she didn't instantly leave as soon as the interview ended, correct?
That's correct, sir.
And she had probably been there a while before the interview started, correct?
I don't think she had been there. I think I walked her straight into the interview room when patrol arrived, sir.
Okay. How did they bring her to the station?
I'm gonna guess in a patrol vehicle?
Patrol car?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And she would have been in the back of that car?
I don't know, sir. I'm gonna guess probably, yes, sir. But I don't know for sure in this instance.
That's fine.
Yes, sir.
You didn't see her in the car? so you
No,
don't-
sir.
Okay. And then you walked her from, is there a Sally Port over there?
No, it's an office building. There's just a couple of doors into patrol officers bring witnesses and suspects in through a certain door. It's just a regular office door. Yeah.
Okay. So she was there for 4.5 hours. Did you at any time inform her of how Olivia was doing?
No, sir, because all I knew was what we talked about, that she was critical. She knew she was in critical condition. She described it. And that's it. That I didn't know anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
I didn't know.
You could have gotten updates.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you did not do that.
No, sir.
I think that's all I have, Judge, although I would like, and I can pass right now, but I would like to order this witness out of the presence of the jury when, like, at the end of the day, I guess.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes, briefly. Detective Juarez, why didn't you believe the defendant?
She was very calm and could explain a lot of, it just struck me that she could remember a lot of incidents and accidents. And as parents, I know, we have kids, happens. She could, when she was 2 years old, when she was 9 months old, all these things. But she drew a blank, and I talked to her about it in the interview. She draws a blank with what happened the night before. That morning, I mean, she does mention, the bump on her head. It wasn't there this morning. That it just didn't seem consistent. And like, we already pointed out, I didn't know the exact injuries that the baby had, but they were serious enough to put her in the hospital. That mom saw it serious enough to go to the hospital. So that's why I didn't believe her.
Did you feel that her explanations explained life-threatening
Leading
injuries?
the witness, Judge.
Sustained.
I'll rephrase. Did the nature of the injuries play any part into your opinion of not, that you did not believe her?
Objection, Judge. He's already testified. He didn't know the nature of the injuries.
That'll be overruled.
I didn't know the nature of the injuries, but they were life-threatening, critical, and I mean, like, the baby was likely going to pass. That's the reason it was a homicide, and nothing in her explanation. for that-
Objection, non-responsive, Judge.
That'll be overruled.
For that, nothing in her responses, whether it was accidental, whether it was something else, whether, nothing, as far as I knew, could explain that.
If the defendant had asked for updates on Olivia, could you have gotten those updates?
Yes, ma'am.
When officers on patrol are transporting witnesses, where do the witnesses typically sit?
Usually in the back seat, ma'am.
No further questions, John.
Defense.
So you say you didn't believe her because she remembered all these details about these previous injuries, but then drew a blank about what happened the night before.
Yeah, because obviously she does give an explanation. We walked through the timeline several times, and she does talk about what happened the night before. But in none of it is it enough where she described that the injuries are severe as what at that present point when we're talking.
So she didn't draw a blank. You just,
Oh, yeah, you're correct, sir. Yes, sir.
you just didn't believe her.
No, you're right. I didn't believe that her explanation for what had happened led to the baby being at the hospital in
Okay,
critical
so your
condition.
explanation for why you didn't believe her is because you didn't believe her.
Your Honor, argumentative.
No, Judge, it's,
All right, that'll be overruled. You can answer the question.
I'm sorry.
well, let me put it a different
Yeah,
way. You said, I didn't believe her because she remembered all the details of previous injuries, but she drew a blank on the night before. And then I asked you about that and you
Yes.
said, well, she didn't draw a blank. It's just that what she said, I didn't believe. Right?
Yes,
So the reason you didn't believe her then, because we're talking about why you didn't believe her.
yes, sir.
The reason you didn't believe her is because you didn't believe her.
I didn't believe her reasons or lack of reasons that led to the injuries. Yes, sir.
But, okay, but let me ask you this, and this goes back to the raccoons in the dog door.
Yes, sir.
The jury knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But let me ask you this, like, what if she told you over and over, I don't know what happened.
That's correct, sir.
What if that was the truth?
And it could have been,
It could have been, right? She was.
but that
trying-
wasn't
she-
the entire investigation.
I understand.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And you didn't, you weren't satisfied with her saying, I don't know what happened. And so you continue to press her. And so then she tells you these other things. I mean, what's she supposed to do? She says, I don't know what
Your Honor,
happened.
objection, counsel testifying.
Sustained.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Judge, I'll rephrase. So she tells you, I don't know what happened, and that's not good enough. And then you press her for more details, and she gives the details that she knows.
Objection,
If
counsel
those even
testifying.
relate,
Sustained.
well, Judge, this is a leading question. I'm not testifying.
Sustained. You're not asking a question, counsel.
I'm sorry.
Ask a question.
Okay. So then she gives these details and you don't believe them. Right? You don't believe that that's enough to have led to these injuries, right?
I don't with what I have, but I also know that this is her statement. So I'm trying to get the most truth from her. And if it turns out later in the investigation that there is another explanation, then at least I tried to get the most facts from her.
Sure, but what if the explanation is she didn't know?
And that was her explanation, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that could have been, you already told us that could have been true.
Yes, sir.
That still could be true.
Yeah,
Objection
Well-
calls for speculation.
Overrule. You can answer the question if you can.
I don't believe, I mean, I think we're here because there's more to it. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, and a jury has to decide.
Yes, sir. That's
ultimately,
true. That is true.
right? But all I'm saying is there's nothing unreasonable about the possibility that she was telling the truth, that she didn't know what happened.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
I passed the witness, Judge.
State.
Briefly, when we were reviewing the video, there was one portion where the defendant was by herself talking. It was difficult to hear in court. Do you know what she was saying? No.
So yeah, I'm sorry, I reviewed the video. I remember, and it was difficult to hear, but yeah, she asked, she was talking to herself, like if she did this,
Do you remember what exactly she said?
that she had to, it's words to that effect, that she had to have done it. She was the only one.
And after this interview, did you play any other role in this investigation?
No,
So you didn't, did you make the filing decision, whether you were going to press charges or not?
no, man.
No further questions.
Defense.
Nothing except
All right,
if we could keep this witness here.
all
for a
right, but
minute.
is this witness excused or subject for recall? State.
Excuse from the state.
Defense.
Subject to recall, please, Judge.
All right, rule has been invoked. What that means, you can't discuss your testimony with anyone. You can only speak to attorneys for the state and defense. And you need to make yourself available for recall. And if you'll just remain in the courtroom.
ma'am.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Good news is that I've saved you from rush hour traffic because it's 5:15. There's always a silver lining, right? So we're gonna come back tomorrow and the docket has been cleared, so we'll be able to have this case heard all day. Now, as I said before, I still may have other matters where people are coming in through the side door to give me documents and that type of thing. None of that has anything to do with this case whatsoever. So we're gonna start tomorrow at 9 a.m. So that means that you're probably gonna have to get here a little bit early to make sure you have parking available in the garage, because all the courts here usually start at 9 or 8:30, which means the parking spaces fill up fairly quickly. You've heard some evidence in this case. You all should start being able to repeat this now. You're not allowed to discuss it amongst yourselves. You're not allowed to watch it on television. If somebody's talking about it, you need to not paying attention. There's to be no research on this case. Everything that you need for this case will be heard from in this courtroom. Does everyone understand? Yes. All right, I will see you all tomorrow at 9. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
Got everything tomorrow.
In defense, you wanted to take the witness on board here?
Yeah, just very briefly, Judge. Sir, I just wanted to ask, are you going back to the office tonight to headquarters?
Hopefully, yes, sir.
Can I ask, if I go over there with, well, not with you, but follow you over there, Can you show me one of these interview rooms?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to see that camera.
Okay. I have a couple of things to do before, but yes, sir. I'll be
Okay.
there.
Then I'll make arrangements with you. I don't need to do this on more dire, Judge. I just, now that we've done it, I'm good. I'll make arrangements with you here in a second.
Okay.
When-
Yes, sir.
When you want to meet. Thank you.